You were the second son of a successful merchant. Your brother rightfully claims your inheritance, but that does mean you need to earn your own keep. Growing up, you got in brawls. Someone insults you. Bam, you're on the ground because you threw the first fist but couldn't hold your position. Then you are insulted again. This time you put him on the ground. Insults towards you decrease and you feel good, tough, proud of your strength. Then war started. You're proud of your homeland, it's part of you, and you weren't going to watch it fall sitting down. Enlistment was easy, and soon a training camp where a large group of soldiers could learn to fight. You thought you were good at fighting, but you were not ready for real training. You're on the ground. Then you get up. Then you're forced back to the ground. Again. Now you can fight with a spear better than most of your comrades. Then you're handed a sword, and you're back on the ground. This happens repeatedly for 3 cold and brutal months, but your efforts are rewarded with mastery and endurance, and most impressively, a medal that recognizes you as the leader of your unit. 5 men are under your command. You know each of their names: Arik Blackwood, Alaria Sunflower, Thorgal Ironfist, Nima Nightshade, Eldritch Stormcaller, each proud man ready to fight, but not ready to die. Suddenly battle starts. The enemy attacked you by surprise. You are ready. Your men unfortunately aren't. One falls, then the next, then the next. They are slashed down as cowardice shakes them and they hesitate in the midst of combat. They are on the ground and they won't be getting up. You will stand no matter the cost, and you're on the ground again. This time a soldier is above you and intends on stopping you from waking up. Your last sight is the general of your army being cut down as you become part of a population of conquered people. You wake up and it looks like they decided to keep prisoners. Lucky, there are 7 people with you in a 5-person prison cell. A lesser man will have resigned to his fate, but you will fight. The others complain that there are no weapons, and one tells the guard about your plans. You're on the ground, beaten for conspiring to escape. Then let back into the cell, bruised and battered. A week passes, your spirit is strong and your body has healed. A guard comes for you. Your brother has offered to pay for your survival. His merchant empire is beginning to grow. This bugs you. You reject his aid. You can do this alone. The next day you strangle a guard, and the other prisoners are surprised by this. Their spirits were broken, but not you. You're tougher than that. They complain that they have no weapons as you take the guard's spear. You give them the body. Each limb, once stripped of its flesh and skin and tendons, is a club. Only 3 of the prisoners join you, the rest are too cowardly to come. You're better off without them, so you go on. The next week is worse than the training, it's worse than the imprisonment. You and your allies try to find food and water in the wilderness. One friend dies of disease. His name was Charles. Another dies to a monster. You avenged him. And at last you make it to a hamlet with your last ally and find a man kind enough to give you shelter for 3 days before you depart. Your ally decides it's best if you go your separate ways. You decide you aren't done fighting. Life isn't cheap for you. Questing is a good fit for your talents and capable of building great wealth. You're on the ground again. This time it was a goblin tribe. Outnumbered and with bad luck, you, a mighty warrior, lost to these sorry excuses for humanoids. They tried to enslave you, but you're too proud for that. 5 die attempting to beat you, and you get a weapon from one. The attempts to subdue you don't work this time, and you begin hitting back. This time you're careful, separating the warriors and taking one at a time. 1 goblin on the ground, 2 goblins on the ground. Soon they're screaming. You think they want mercy. Do you give it to them? Was mercy given to you? They are in your way now, and they will pay the price. Now a modest amount of wealth has been gathered between the spoils of the goblin camp and the reward for their death from the local town. You know 3 things. You need allies. You can't keep falling without anyone to pick you up. This is the right line of work for you, and you're not going to stop fighting till you're dead. And if you find that neat, check out Me Eel Centaurs. They were a fun one.